Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the season two Marvin Velasquez Songlists Show. And right now, our celebrity guest for tonight is all the way from, she is based in Hong Kong, Miss Deborah. Later on, we will talk about her music journey to inspire and share to the world. So, just for the meantime, we will take for a moment for watching the Pera Quarta Salapi.
Dito sa mundo ay kumilos ka sa buhay mo. Biyahe dito at biyahe doon upang kumita ka sa takdang panahon. Ay bilis ng oras at araw, mismo tayo'y magsigalaw. Pera at kwartang kay hirap hanapin, laging ipunin, wag wawaldasin. Kung sa loterya ka papalarin, sa Las Vegas doon nakatingin, lumingon ka sa Monaco na rin, baka sa Macau ka sweswertihin. Pera, kwarta na, salapi, pera, kwarta na, salapi, pera, kwarta na, salapi, kay sarap nang may pera sa bulsa, lalo na pag nasa palad mo na. Pera, kwarta, salapi na. Dubirubirang pampamparam. Kay bilis ng oras at araw, mismo tayo'y magsigalaw. Pera at kwartang kay hirap hanapin, laging ipunin, wag wawaldasin. Kung sa loterya ka papalarin, sa Las Vegas doon nakatingin, lumingon ka sa Monaco na rin, baka sa Macau ka sweswertihin. Pera, kwarta na, salapi, pera, kwarta na, salapi, pera, kwarta na, salapi, kay sarap nang may pera sa bulsa, lalo na pag nasa palad mo na. Pera, kwarta, salapi na. Kay sarap nang may pera sa bulsa, lalo na pag nasa palad mo na. Pera, kwarta, salapi na. Pera, kwarta, salapi na. Ligaya na, salapi na.
It's the Pera Kwarta Salapi. Last November 27, nagkaroon po kami ng sneak preview at gusto ko mapanood po ninyo ang aking interview for the Pera Kwarta Salapi. Here we go.
Good afternoon, Sir Marvin Velasquez. So, kayo po yung one of the Kwarta at Salapi. Can you share about your role, sir?
First and foremost po, good afternoon, sir. Thanks for coming over to grace our preview for the Pera Kwarta Salapi music movie. My role is Vino Reyes, who used to be the least less to you know as a singing group, I was left behind. The reason why is because nagkaroon ako ng daan sa kanila sa mga tao. In the long run, nakita the mess of everybody. But of course, I didn't want to spoil things. But it's this Pera Kwarta Salapi is love story, musical comedy, and of course, love story.
Ayun. So, based on the poster, dito natin para sa mga, parang pangatlo kayo sa, kasi kayo pangatlo sa, sa laki ng, ng picture, sa poster. So, you're one of the lead roles.
Yes po.
Oh. So, kayo ba yung parang protagonist dito or what?
Parang bida kontra bida po.
Bida kontra bida. So, parang anti-hero.
Something like that.
Oh.
In the first part, parang kontrabida ako pero may something twist.
Ayun. Yun ang aabangan namin. Kung ano yung twist na yun.
Kung ano yung twist na yun?
Magugulat pa kami sa twist na yun?
Magugulat in the sense na this is also a tearjerker. And as a matter of fact, malalaman mo talaga yung how you value the friendship. And forgiveness is really important. Love nowadays conquers all. Even we are in the middle of nowhere, family is a family. But I think family doesn't define on the black lines. It defines of whom you love in the years of your life. But the good thing is you cherish everything. You remove the grudges and you learn to forgive.
Meron bang eksena dito na nahirapan kayo? Very challenging for you?
Actually, yung pong challenging to cry. Actually, kasi I am a singer by profession. So this is the first time that I act actually in a full-length movie like this. And mixed with the musical talaga. Medyo nahirapan ako in terms of crying. Kasi para may mga eksena po talaga na heavy talaga eh. Yung mga confrontation, something like that. But I would like to thank and commend our scriptwriter who used to be yung nagturo po sa amin sa aming acting workshop, si J.P. Lopez.
Yun. So hindi kayo ba ginamitan ng eye mo o eye drops to para maiyak kayo?
Luckily, hindi. May mga some point na you just have to be yourself.
Yun.
And I think siguro nakatulong din siguro yung kasi seasoned artist ako. So being a seasoned artist, you have those ups and downs in life. So I think nakatulong din yung mga inisip ko, yung mga naging challenges ko before.
Yun, so hinila niyo yung mga emotions ng nakaraan
Yes.
para maiyak kayo.
Definitely.
Ayun.
And this Pera Kwarta Salapi is directed by Carlo A. Alvarez, executive produced by Erasmo, Rusty Malilin under Erasmus Department and Management, Black Box Studios in JRS Studios under Alcazar Films. And sir, we are still eyeing for the London, Scotland, Japan, USA, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Macau screenings. Hopefully sa US din. And luckily sa London po, meron na po kaming schedule ng screening, sir.
Nice.
In the Glory, that would be on February 25 and 26, Saturday, Sunday, respectively, 12 noon UK time, March 4 and March 5, Saturday, Sunday, respectively, 12 noon UK time. So, at Phoenix Cinema.
Sige sir, invite them and tell them why do you need to watch Pera, Kwarta at Salapi.
You need to watch, guys, Para Parte sa Lapage just because we uplift the Filipino artists and we are the advocate of the Filipino music, to uplift our musicality, the original Filipino music, and at the same time give chances to those indie artists who, gather those less opportunities to have chances to be on top in some ways. But the good thing is Erasmus Star is really giving such an opportunity to each and every one of us. Plus, in this movie, we inculcate the Filipino values.
Yun. So one last thing sir, yung iconic shoutout namin. On the count of 3, sigaw tayo ng What's Up Pilipinas? And then do the invite again. Short but sweet. Sir, 1, 2, 3.
What's up, Pilipinas? This is Marvin Velasquez from Pera, Kwarta sa Lapage.
Thank you.
Wow, yan po yung katatapos na sneak preview po namin. Thank you, What's Up Pilipinas, for that valuable interview. At kami naman po ay nagpapasalamat sa isang jam-pack na event na nangyari nung last Sunday, and it was very overwhelming to be attended by the medias, by the columnists and all that. Isa nga ito sa ating pinagpapasalamat ay nagkaroon naman ng magandang kinalabasan dahil yung review po nila ay yung tipong ayaw daw nilang umihi sa sa toilet kasi they might miss the sequences of the movie. And having said that, thank you so much. Mega love shout out to Mirna de Guzman Ularte. And she says, wow, good evening. Thank you so much, Miss Mirna. And Landy Kafulong all the way from Missouri, USA said, hello, lovely people of all over the world. Hello, Erasmus Star Talents in Entertainment Management. Please like and share and comment. And that will be much appreciated. And let the people know about the show. Because in just a couple of minutes, ay makakasama po natin si DEBORAH. She is a singer-songwriter based in Hong Kong. And let's be inspired her music journey, and hearing her story about all these things. So ayun. So I'll be playing, since malapit na ang Christmas, I'll be playing Pandemic Christmas. Here we go.
May pag-asa pa at pagkakataon sa krisis na ito. Malapit na ang Pasko, Paskong kakaiba. Pasko ni Corona, Pandemic Christmas na. Dali-dala, pandemya, lungkot ay iwaksina. Labanan natin si Corona, tayo'y magkaisa. Ito ang Pandemic Christmas, basbas pa o sumba. Basta't magsaya at lumiligaya. May pag-asa pa at pagkakataon sa krisis na ito.
Sa gitna ng Pasko, manalangin tayo. Gabay at tulong araw-araw.
Pasko man o di man Pasko. Ito ang pandemic Christmas. Paspas pa o sumpa. Basta't magsaya at lumiligaya. May pag-asa pa at pagkakataon sa krisis na ngayon. Ito ang pandemic Christmas. Paspas pa o sumpa. Basta't magsaya at lumiligaya. May pag-asa pa at pagkakataon sa krisis na ngayon. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Sa mundo, sa mundo, Merry Christmas.
That was Pandemic Christmas. And let's have the playlist of the PKS song list. To start with, Beautiful in Pain by Jam Mascareñas included. And upcoming, not upcoming already, it's a musical already blown away actually. Pera Cuarta Salapi for her inclusion in Beautiful in Pain. Please like, comment, and share our show for tonight. And let's witness Miss DEBORAH all the way from Hong Kong, a singer-songwriter, to be inspired and share her stories around the world.
This is my love story, a love so full of passion and desire that once lived in my heart, but strangely enough along the way, my great love became impatient to be free. Beautiful in pain is what my heart dictates. Beautiful in pain is what I feel inside. I'll be brave and I'll be strong, even when my lonely heart cries, remembering our days of happiness that was filled with everlasting love. My life is filled in pain, but somehow I'll just get by, for I know my love for you will never ever die. This is my love story, a love so full of passion and desire that once lived in my heart. along the way, my great love became impatient to be free. Beautiful and pain is what my heart dictates. Beautiful and pain is what I feel inside. I will let myself move on and believe the time will heal a broken heart that's burning inside. I'll just close my eyes and think of you. I know my life without you brings emptiness and loneliness. My heart tells me to look at the beauty of my pain. Oh, my life is filled in pain, but somehow I'll just get by. For I know my love for you. For I know my love for you. For I know my love for you will never ever die. So beautiful in pain.
Mega love shout out, of course, to a good friend, Miss Ninita Fernando. And she said, hello, everyone. Blessed Friday evening. And she added, good evening to you of my love of you. Nagbabakil ako. Good evening to you, all my love friends. And lend me kapulong heartfelt song. Love, this is Miss Jam Mascareñas. And Ninita Fernando added, put a lot of hearts. And of course, a good friend of mine from Pennsylvania, USA, Brenda Isaacson, and she said, bravo. And she added, beautiful. And they said, Brenda Isaacson says, greetings to all. And she added, hello. And yeah, lovely. Hello, all my artist friends of Erasmus Star Talent City Entertainment Management. Hello, Sir Rusty Malilin, the brilliant, multi-talented, awarded songwriter and executive producer of Pera Cuarta Salapi. Don't forget to watch the most awaited movie of the year. And because of that, I'll be playing the final teaser trailer of the Pera Cuarta Salapi in selected cinemas worldwide. Here we go.
May Erasmus Star? Meron akong magandang balita sa inyo. Siya pala ang may-ari ng isang hotel casino sa Las Vegas. At naghahanap siya ng mga talent na dadalhin niya sa Las Vegas.
This is it, guys. Sisikat na tayo.
Papasukin mo ang show business. Dapat marunong kang kumanta, sumayaw, may ibubuga ka.
Gwapo naman yung bata. Matangkad, maputi. Ano bang ayaw mo doon?
That's my boy.
Kasi, papasikat pa lang ang anak natin, sisirain lang ng anak mo!
Oh, Lily, bigla ka napatawag.
Nasa Pilipinas na kami nakatira.
Okay naman tayo ah. Excuse me? Mas maganda yata ako kay Lily.
Para kayo mga bata!
Okay, Tito. Baka may skandalo tayo!
Lily, ito ba ang plano mo? Ang magkasakitan kami?
Ididimanda kita sa kaso ng theft, estafa, at large-scale fraud.
Siguro mabuti nang kinuha lahat yung mga dokumento para maliwanagan ang lahat.
Sa dinami-dami ng mga babae, anak pa talaga nila!
At itong lalaking to, si Robbie, he doesn't have a future.
But he is my future.
Cuarta Salapi.
Ligaya, sung by Jiro Custodio and Sam Culoso. Here we go.
Ikaw ang nasa isip sa araw at sa gabi. Sinisigaw ng puso na makapiling ka sana. Dito ka naman sa tabi ko, kay sarap ng pakiramdam. O giliw ko ligaya ang nadarama ko.
Ikaw ang naaalala, oras-oras sa tuwina. Damag-damag ay laging ikaw na lamang ang natatanaw. Huwag ka na sanang lumayo pa, hanap ko ay yakap mo. O giliw ko ligaya ang nadarama ko.
Bakit kaya pag di ka nakita, hinahanap-hanap ka ng buhay ko? Ikaw naaalala, oras-oras sa tuwina. Sa magdamag ay lagi ikaw na lamang ang natatanaw. Huwag ka na sanang lumayo pa, hanap ko ay yakap mo. O giliw ko ligaya ang nadarama ko. Bakit kaya pag di ka nakita, hinahanap-hanap ka ng buhay ko? Dito ka naman sa tabi ko, kay sarap ng pakiramdam. O giliw ko ligaya ang nadarama ko.
Mahal ko ligaya,
O mahal ko ligaya ang nadarama ko.
And that was Ligaya, one of the song included in the musical movie Pera Cuartas Lapi. And for tonight's celebrity guest, and of course, we will grace by the singer-songwriter based in Hong Kong. And it's so glad actually to have met her along the way. And thanks to Miss V, Vilma de Ramos, for being the bridge that we met each other. So let's give it up for Deborah Manas. Here we go. Hi, Miss Deborah.
Hi, Marvin. Thank you for having me on your show tonight. I was watching the beautiful performers and actor and actress, I think it was, performing just now. Fantastic. I'm so happy
Wow,
to be
thank
here.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Deborah. And of course, the people of the world. As a matter of fact, we have all the way from London, Japan, and US right now. Apart from here in the Philippines, hope to gather more viewers. But anyway, Miss Deb, I will address you as Miss Deb already, but as I used to
Oh,
it,
Debbie. Oh, Deb. And
Debbie.
yes.
Anything. All right. So,
Debbie.
of course, you are based in Hong Kong, and luckily, you are doing so great in terms of your music journey. The people of the world would like to know who is Deborah Manas in the music industry.
Who is Deborah Manis? That's a really
Yes.
good question.
Thank you.
I'm
Literally speaking.
I'm a singer songwriter. I of a very very mixed heritage. So I'm what is maybe called an Anglo-Indian, or in Asia maybe Eurasian, but third generation. And I grew up with music, and I always knew, even from very young, that I wanted to write my own songs. Um, but I don't read or write music, so I put that limitation on me for the longest time, until my aunt told me, Debbie, you're so silly. Do you know the Beatles never wrote a word of music? And so that same day I started writing, and it just so happens that the first song I ever wrote, it was a very folksy song. It's called What Do You Want From Me? And I never produced it until now with Vilma.
Oh,
So it's the fourth song I think that we're going to produce. I'll release it next year. However, it's not folksy anymore. We made it. I rewrote it. I rewrote the melody and the tempo. So now got a more groovy Latin beat.
wow. That's amazing. That's amazing, Miss Deborah.
Yeah.
In relation with that, of course, we would like to know who are your music influencer. Was it from your bloodlines, or you acquired from somewhere else?
I grew up listening to everything. So everything
Mhm.
from classical to Broadway to musicals to rock to pop and ABBA, jazz, all of the jazz greats. But I think my biggest musical influences were the great singer-songwriters. So even though she's of a completely different era, for he Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, Carole King, and then more later in the day, Sheryl Crow, um, just Pink. I'm a big fan of Pink. Even Sia. So any singer songwriter whose lyrics are very meaningful, who write beautiful melodies, so those are my influences.
Lovely. Wow. So I got two of your music videos from you have sent me, and it was an amazing actually to watching the cinematic quality of your videos, and it was really world class music video to begin with. And I would like to play one of it, and
Thank you.
after that, we will talk about this one. And I think the title of the song is uh, vulnerable. So it's
Oh,
kind
okay.
of yeah. So after this, after watching it, let's talk about what would be the inspiration of this song. So
All right.
people of the world, let's give it up for Miss Deborah's song, "Vulnerable."
Thank you.
I know it's terrifying what this has led to. Emotions running wild, did not intend to, but we are drawn, moths to a flame. Can we survive if we walk away? I know how you feel, I know you're vulnerable, And I promise this, I'll hold your heart as precious. Know how you feel. I know you're vulnerable. You will be safe with me.
We're trying hard to act like it doesn't matter, holding our feelings back so our hearts won't shatter. We're playing it cool, like we don't feel, but we both know that this is real.
I know how you feel. I know you're vulnerable. And I promise this, I'll hold your heart as precious. Know how you feel. I know you're vulnerable. You will be safe with me. Oh, babe, don't hide from me. This tide is rising fast. Oh, please,
Oh, please,
oh, please be brave and let it take us, take us. I know how you feel. I know you're vulnerable. And I promise this, I'll hold your heart as precious. Know how you feel. I know you're vulnerable. You will be safe with me. I know how you feel. I know you're vulnerable. And I promise this, I'll hold your heart as precious. Know how you feel. I know you're vulnerable. You will be safe.
you will be safe
with
me. With me.
That was Vulnerable. You featured
Tony.
Tony Villanueva.
I'm
He used
so
to be
in love
my
with Tony.
He used to be my good friend for a couple of years now, and we can't stop. We can stop talking about music actually. And the last time we chat, oh no, we see each other before pandemic, I think so. He went to our gig. But all right, Deborah, how did you come up with this song? Of course, technically you composed this one,
Yeah.
and how did you come up with this song, and what was the inspiration?
Marvin, everyone asks me how I come up with my songs. And they're very curious, and they are like, did it happen to you? And I said, I've written hundreds of songs, and if it all happened to me, oh my God, I'd be living such a wild life. But the song is it's about when people are first in love and they don't want to talk about it, or they don't know how the other person will react.
React,
So
okay.
it's really about being open to love and making it safe for someone to love you, and then making it safe to love them back. And I think there's a great power in vulnerability and being open to love, in and the willingness to let someone love you, because it's especially in this world, it's quite difficult, right? And I wrote the song, my gosh, probably in 2017 or something. It's in my first album. And then Tony said, I want to treat it differently. So can I take it and make it our own? So I'm like, be my guest. And so he turned it into that beautiful duet. Because otherwise I was singing it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's him on the keys. So that's what the song is about. It's actually being understanding somebody else's vulnerability and fear and making it safe for them to love you and for you to love them. It's about safety. Yeah.
Oh, that's quite a brilliant backstory of the song, Deborah. And of course, I would like to commend this one. We need to pull up. All right. Lenvika Fulong from Missouri, USA says, "What an amazing
Thank
combination
you.
of voices. Bravo. Deeply felt." And she added, heartfelt song, lovely Deborah. Manas, you nailed it. You expressed your song with deep emotion. Love it. Bravo. And
That's
of
sweet.
course,
Thank you, Ben.
we have here Miss Cynthia Garcia. Hello, Sir Marvin Velasquez. Oh, thank you so much. And of course, Miss Carmela Bitonio. Good evening, Sir Marbs, and with your beautiful guest. Indeed, she is. And uh, we have here Miss Gem Mascarinas. She says, "Hello, sister." All right. So it's quite new that you
Hi,
both
Jim.
sister each other. All right. Wow. Wow. And of course, hello, Mr. Rico Garcia, the Just Crew of the Philippines, the rising idols of Seasons Live. And Rico Garcia himself, welcome back, Mr. Marvin Velasquez. Hi to your pretty guest. All right.
Hi,
Okay.
Rico.
Definitely. We are in the circle actually. Tony Villa already met some of my colleague in Rasmus Star.
He
Okay.
told me. He told me that. So I'm so. It's just how funny life happens, right? Because
Yes.
because he watched the show with Vilma and I was there and so were you. And then Tony
Yes.
said, so Marvin and his and the two of you, right? You did the show and the movie, and he said they're my really good friends. And then here we are, soon after that.
Yes. And that's the magic of this platform giving us
Magic, yeah.
we take away this kind of we intend to connect each other over even outside the country. Miss Debbie, we I always ask my guests about this one because of course technically we have this worldwide catastrophe, which is the COVID-19. And I think based in your end in Hong Kong, of course, we are all deeply affected by this, especially we as an artist. We can't go outside and all that and do our gigs and all that. So I want you to define COVID right now. Was it a cursed opportunity or blessings?
It's I think it's a combination of all three, but in the end, we have to make what it is. We have to make lemonade out of lemons, right? So
Mhm.
for many people, there was opportunity. For me, for example, I continued to make my music and I developed a new streaming muscle. Like I would never
Yes.
have gone in front of the camera and in front of on a live streaming show like this, but I did many during COVID. And then I set up my own little studio here, and I got comfortable with it. So in many ways, it was, and I escaped, like my family escaped the worst of it. So we didn't have that touch wood, that many deaths or, that many tragedies. But for a lot of
Mhm.
people, it was definitely a curse, right? And for the music industry in Hong Kong, it was very bad.
Mhm.
I'm blessed. I was lucky. I have my own a day job. So but
Mhm.
there were the musicians and actually anyone with to do with the event industry, anyone doing stage, sound, anything, any kind of um, um, backstage person, and the musicians all suffered really badly. For them, I don't think they would see it as anything other than an absolute mess, absolute disaster for the last 2 years. It's picking
Mhm.
up now, Let's pray that musicians and anyone and the event industry gets back on its feet.
Mhm. Exactly.
But
And
from my perspective,
according to Tony, in Hong Kong right now is the mandate is already loosened. So hope for the best. It will continue, but apparently there's a lot of arising, hearsay that there is another pandemic next year, but let's hope not to happen anymore because we can't afford for another pandemic again. So
And you know that the sad thing is that even the audiences were affected because there was no live music, and now there's
exactly.
everybody's rushing to get tickets and go see live musicians, but there's not enough venues to
Mhm,
cater to the demand, and we still
mhm,
have to test. We have to test twice a week if we're going to go
mhm.
perform.
Yeah.
So it's still not ideal. It's definitely not the same as it was, pre 2019 for Hong Kong.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
But
Wow. All
for
right.
my, I can do this. I learned to do this where I would never have done it before.
And I think this pandemic taught us to be more on the technical side because I myself didn't even know all of those things before, but because of this pandemic, we take away this being a techie right now because we can. And indeed, music is the universal language to connect people around the world. And because
Yeah.
of this platform, I've known a lot of musicians across the continents and even you. Personally, Miss Debbie, Hong Kong is the second home for me because uh, I was there for several times doing my music. From 2010, I went back. I went by go back and forth there, and one of my dramatically composed song finished in Hong Kong. So might as well next year I'll be back there again.
Oh wow! So we have to meet face to face when you're back when you're here.
Exactly. And you know what? Tony and I has a collaboration for the Peracorta Salapi musical movie, probably, possibly screened there in Hong Kong. So,
Beautiful.
yes, I will be inviting you to join our red carpet
Totally.
soon.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
that
will
Miss Debbie.
get out my glad rags and come join the red carpet.
Okay, Miss Debbie. Of course, technically, you are a singer songwriter. It's a gift actually that you can sing, but not only singing, but you can also write your own song. But technically, what would be your genre to share to people that hey, come on, I'm Miss Debbie. I'm an original artist, and what would be the menu that you will be sharing to people?
That's another thing that I'm often asked. Um, I actually find that very hard to answer because
Mhm, mhm,
I like doing different styles, and I if my vocals are a combination also of many different styles, and it's the way I grew up. When I grew up, we would buy albums, and
mhm.
on one album every song was from the same artist, but every song was different. Of course, it was a similar genre, but when you listen to the song, it had a different. Like, look, think about ABBA, think
Mhm.
about the Carpenters, or even go as late as some mid 90s to the mid 90s or early 90s. You would
Yeah.
buy an album and listen with joy to every song, and that doesn't happen
Mhm.
very much now. People like
Mhm.
compilations because they if you bought one album of the same artist, it's sort of similar, samey, right?
Mhm.
And I didn't want to be that kind of artist where I had same styles right through. But
Okay.
I'd say I find it very hard to move away from a more jazzy sound. I somehow managed to inflect my songs with a little bit of a jazzy um, melody line sometimes, or what I do with my vocals. But I don't know. Honestly, I love to do rock, pop, I love to do jazz, Broadway. No,
uh,
I'd say are more easy listening, adult contemporary, more easy listening with a lot of fusion of different genres.
mhm, mhm.
I
Actually,
don't.
I found your voice like more on Lara Fabian stuff, the one who popularized the broken vow. The quality of your voice sounding like that, nearest to her, actually. And
I, I've never heard of her, so and I'm going to go Google after this. Lara Fabian.
yes, yes, Lara Fabian. She sounded like you. or you sounded like her. Okay, being the songwriter, of course, what would be the first thing that you did? Writing song first and put your writing the lyrics first and put the melody, or the melody first and then write the lyrics. Which is which?
I'm a lyricist first, and so
Okay.
when if I think of something, or I'm watching something, or I see someone passing by, or I'm in a mood and something
Mm-hmm.
strikes me, right, the lyrics will pop out at me, the theme, and then very quickly the melody will follow, but I need the mood of the song first. I need the theme. So I would say I write lyrics first, and the lyrics have to make sense, and the lyrics have to have a flow, and
Yes.
evolve through the song, and like have a resolution at the end.
In all fairness, with your music video and with your voice, you have this distinctive sound that nobody has to other. You can't find it to other artists.
Oh,
Because
that's
I
so nice.
myself,
Thank you.
yeah, you have. If I'm listening your music without without seeing your face, I would probably quick think that, yeah, this is the song from Miss Devi, something like that, because you have to take care of that distinctive sound, even though you just like what you had said a while ago, that you love singing a lot of variety song, but based on your music video, on the quality of your sound, you have a very unique sound. You just have to continue that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And
I'll tell you a little story, Marvin. When I first started writing songs, I had a friend who's a good friend,
mhm,
who asked me, because there are people who have better voices than me, let's face it. There are people who can do covers exactly like the cover singer, and who do it brilliantly. There are people who can morph their voices and be different singers and do it better than I would ever. And I don't want to compete with that. I've never wanted to compete with that. So and I've always wanted to do my own music, because I have these creative ideas that I need to translate. And so I had a friend who asked me, he's like, what's so special about your voice that you need to do your own songs, and not want to imitate someone else? And I had no
mhm.
answer for that, because it's when you're lots of people think like that, but when you are faced with that question, it's it's not about who it's really about who you want to be, and what ideas and messages you want to convey to the world, right? And not
Yes.
wanting to compete with vocals who I know are much better than mine.
And good thing that we have our own brand, to begin with, because we as a musician should go a long way and join in a variety of music, but we should have our own brand. And I think music nowadays, especially singers, they love belting, and I don't like also belting, and just like shouting and all that, and crackiness and all that. But because here in the Philippines, I was dubbed as the jazz. No. Jazz queen is Rico Garcia. I sing mostly bossa nova. So,
Nice. And that's so
yeah,
nice, cool, groovy.
definitely. And even though I sing some variety song or pop song or ballad, something like that, they found my voice like bossa nova. So I can't get with it. So I just sing whatever I used to it. So being bossa nova is really hard to have a captive audience in some ways, because here in the Philippines, more on it should be more on generic song. Here in the Philippines, you have to break the ice of the music industry here.
Yeah.
But just like what other people say, just continue of what we are doing, and what kind of brand that we are holding to share to people. Okay, Miss Devi. In the long run, of course, in this industry, of course, there's a lot of ups and downs. And as a matter of fact, uh, we as a musician,
Just give me
um,
a second.
yeah, sure.
Very hot in my studio. Yeah, just as a musician.
Yes, as a musician, there's a lot of, as you've said, there's a lot of better singer than us. But technically, what set you apart from them?
I make lots of faces. You know, I don't care how I look when I sing. I don't care whether I look pretty or whatever, right? You know, I'm in the mood, I'm in the zone when I sing, and I throw my entire being and body into it. And for a long time, it took me a while to get used to seeing myself singing, because I would, you know, just be in the zone and not really care how it appeared to people, because yeah, but that's I guess how I project. So that's, I think that's one of the things, and it's the emotion that I need to bring out when I sing. That's one. And I try to have a brighter voice. I try to have a voice that sounds like someone else, and I can't do it. I can't sound like someone else.
Even mine, even myself, I'm dealing with that. I really cannot copy or mimic, some
Yeah.
other artists, because
Yeah.
it's so hard. Okay, Len
So
Vicapulong.
when you said Lara Fabian, I'm going to go research her, because it would be nice to have someone whose voice is somewhat similar.
Because the first time I've heard you singing in Vilma Live, that kind of genre, you sounded like her, Lara Fabian, who used to popularize the broken vow. And yeah, you have to, but not intendedly, you sounded like her. Yeah. And Len Vicapulong says the lyrics of your song will touch the heart of the listener. You are brilliant and talented songwriter, definitely. And of course, Ariel Ordiniliano, a dance sharing idol, Marvin. Thank you so much, Ariel, for watching here in Barangay Bunugbog, Santa Cruz. Wow, to all the Marin in Marinduque. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, Miss Deborah, I also have your song from the
From the
why.
why.
Yeah, this is quite intriguing, actually. I love the
Yeah, this
title.
story is
So
fun.
yeah, so after watching this one, we will talk about it. So let's give it up for Miss Deve with her song
Thank you.
From the Why.
I'm too tired to stumble on the memory of you, yoked across my shoulders. I'm too tired to wrestle with the memory of you, comforting and constricting in unequal measures, falling down, falling down. I wake up screaming, hands reached out. No, no, you never stop, I never win. This pain won't leave me, I'm on my own. You broke yourself in silence, crushed me under lies, driving me scared and weak. You broke yourself in silence, trapped in your disguise, hiding me from the why, from the why. The shadow shadows tempt me, circling my mind, whispering to my darker self to follow them, to follow them. You're not forgiven from the why. You broke yourself in silence, crushed me under lies, driving me scared and weak. You broke yourself in silence, trapped in your disguise, hiding me from the why, from the why. My flame, I know the truth now. You couldn't fight yourself. I'll love you from my prison inside this living hell, this living hell. You broke yourself in silence, crushed me under lies, driving me scared and weak. You broke yourself in silence, trapped in your disguise, hiding me from the why. You broke yourself in silence, crushed me under lies, driving me scared and weak. You broke yourself in silence, trapped in your disguise, hiding me from the why, from the why, from the why.
Lovely song. Everything was perfect actually. So tell us more about this song from the Why.
I co-wrote that song in 2017 with, you see her name is Jessica D. Jessica Davies is her name. It's a very sad story. So she herself, has had some mental ill health issues, and with her partner, who actually was bipolar, and had a lot of mental health issues, and who would play her, so manipulate her on one hand, love her on the other hand, and cause her a lot of agony. So it goes through that song, right? Without telling her. So that's why you broke yourself in silence. And then they decided to get married, but and they had paid for the wedding and planned for the wedding and all of it. And then all of a sudden, her fiance then committed suicide. So that's what the song is about. It's quite dark. And so then the turmoil that she went through, the shadows tempt me, pulling her in. But there's a resolution at the end. My flame, I know the truth now. You couldn't fight yourself. And so I had parked it because, I wrote it, took a poem of hers and then slashed and I guess gave it the treatment so it fitted into the song. And then it was sitting in my computer, and my own son was going through some mental health issues. He's a teenager, lots of issues in Hong Kong with teenage kids right now. And everyone actually is becoming very much talked about mental health, the impact of COVID on people's mental health, the impact of just so many things. You can't shut it out now, and then I thought the only way to actually make it normal and okay to talk about mental health, so that people with mental health issues can seek help, can break the stigma.
Yes.
The way is if we actually write about it and sing about it and talk about it. And so that's why I pulled the song out, and did it right in time with Vilma, a beautiful backing, and harmonies. Did it right in time for the World Mental Health Month, which was October, and UN Mental Health Day, which was the 10th of October. So we managed to release it mid-October, right in time for that. And yeah, I guess I'm on a mission to normalize discussions about mental health, so that people who are living with it or coping with it or caring for somebody with it can feel safe talking about it.
And good thing to know that behind this song there is a resolution, and now you give inspiration and awareness to break the stigma about mental health. And
Yes.
yeah, we knew for a fact that before, many years back, mental illnesses or mental health, uh, they took that for granted. And it's a good thing right now that nowadays that we are using this platform, our song, to share to people, to be aware of, to remove the stigma and deal with it. And I think you did the right thing. And first and foremost, congratulations for that objectives that you are doing. So people of the world should know about this one, and I will personally choose this one to play and play and play to my song. And
Oh,
of
thank
course I will.
you.
Definitely, and I will be sharing it to all my social media platform. And of course, Elena Jean says, "Wow, it's so impressive."
Thank
She
you.
said, and of course, the Tina Turner of the Philippines, Jem Mascareña says, "Wow,
Oh,
nice song." Well, thank you so much, Miss
thank
Jem.
you. And by the way, Tina Turner is another big influence.
Definite, wow,
Love Tina Turner.
lovely. Okay, Miss Deborah. In some point, with all your music, you co-wrote it, you collaborated with other artists, and as a matter of fact, you already released some of the valuable singles that you have had. And as a matter of fact, the people of the world would deeply appreciate it with the objectives that you are holding as a torch, to become the light of what you are promoting in some cause. Miss Deborah, what keeps you going up to this moment?
With music or with what
with
I
with
do?
music, yes.
I My influences were actually, when you look at folk music, for example, it was really all about social justice and
Mhm.
changing the world. That's what folk music was all about. If you ask me what my roots are, it really is
Mhm.
the great folk music singer songwriters. Um, and so what keeps me going is, if something comes to my mind and I have a message in the song, I I actually write and sing better than I can express to people
Okay.
like
Okay.
this. So my means of expression is through music and song. Others, I can just talk and talk, right, and they may not get it. But once you write, you're forced to be very concise and succinct, and pick the phrases that most matter and are most hard hitting when you write a song. And so
Lovely.
it says so much more. Then you can also get poetic, right? So
Mhm.
use metaphors or use imagery that evokes thoughts and feelings, and that's very powerful. So that's what, I just love doing that.
Wow. It's good thing that you are you are really commendable artist, because you have something in you that the people of the world should know.
Thank
And I
you.
think I really appreciate that you are not just a singer, you're not just a songwriter. You are holding the torch, that you want to implicate the message that about your music, and that's so commendable. It's only few that many artists, of course. some of the artists, of course, not at all. Some of the artists just want to have a money out of it. They sing and perform and write because of the money. But you and I myself, because we have the same wagon as far the show is concerned. Upon digging more deeply, communicating with you, we have the same wagon. We have more on focusing on the mission and the objective that we
The
want to
mission.
share to definitely. Mm-hmm. And all right, so we also have here. Oh, I just overlooked it. Okay, Miss Deb. From today, from this 2022, how do you foresee yourself 5 to 10 years from now in the music industry?
You know what? I would so love to go on tour. I I would just love to be able to perform more, produce more music, keep producing more meaningful music that resonates with people, but really
Mhm.
take it out broadly, and then have enough people who want to come and see me that would pay for tickets, because that's the only way you can I guess get a tour, right? So I think that's where I see myself in the next few years. But I have a day job, so I can't just give it up. And there's right now the music is a very, very expensive golf habit.
I know.
You know what I
I
mean,
know.
right?
I know. I understand what you mean.
but
Exactly.
but like people who have a real passion, whether it's sports, so anything else, you can't give it up. So you just keep going.
Definitely. And in relation with that, um, how can you address yourself during your 12-year-old self? What would you say to her?
Oh my God! You know what? Um, it took me a while to get around to thinking about age as all
Mhm.
in your head. And youth of today, they say youth is wasted on the youth, right? You don't
Yes.
appreciate what you have when you're young. You're perfect, you're beautiful,
Yes.
and yet you have all of these anxieties and you know um, insecurities. So to my 12-year-old self, I would say, you just you can do it. You can do it. And today, to my whichever year self, I always say, today, right now, this minute, this moment in time, this second is the youngest you're ever going to be.
Hmm.
You're, God willing, you're always just going to get older, right? So I don't ever want to look back on my 10-year-old photographs 10 years ago and think, oh, how young was I then? And how good did I look then? Or how much thinner was I then? I don't want to do that. I want to do
Okay,
it now.
I
Do it
understand.
now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
just live in the moment and just appreciate that today is the youngest you're ever going to be. You're only
Yes.
ever going to grow older, right? So then I've made a promise to myself that I'm never going to look back on my old photographs and wishfully think I was there back again.
Definitely. The power
Just
of
keep
now
moving
is
forward.
important.
Yes.
Now is
Who
important. So
now
nothing
is
to
important.
amend. Nothing to amend back. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Debbie, what next? What next for Miss Debbie? Apart from you're doing a lot of music, you're doing a lot of collaboration in Hong Kong and all that with Miss Vilma. What next for you in the music industry?
I'm reaching out to different people across the world, like you, Marvin, and working
Thank
with
you.
Vilma and people. I'm also people who can maybe promote my music um, to film and TV, wherever it can be heard. Um, Maybe some translation into different languages. The songs
Okay.
that resonate with people. Um, I actually wrote a song commissioned by someone for by a dear friend for I can't actually tell you now because it's a secret. But and I was thinking I could do that too, with the music. But I still have a full time job, and I can't give up that job, which I love doing. On
Hmm.
which is org development and talent, and I love that job. So that's another part of me that's fulfilled. And then there's the music. So I just have to reach more ears, I suppose, in different ways, which I have not had time to explore.
Mhm. Which is
So
very brilliant. Actually, we should prioritize what's essential. And Miss Debbie, of course, technically, upon hearing your story, your inspiration, sharing all your music and all that, your advocacy and all that, you are very commendable. What would be your valuable message to all the young generation of today, which is the musician, to follow anyone's footstep or your footstep?
I think you have you have to do what's right. So there's so many fads. There's so much things. So many distractions in this world, and the music industry is very, very, very difficult. Actually, the entertainment industry is really difficult to break into, to get into, to be successful at. I think you have to hone other skills as well that allow you to be a better musician, a better professional, show up on time, be responsible. You know, because these are the kinds of things also that professionals value. But never, even if you have a day job, right? You don't sacrifice your creativity, because I found my creativity and working with different people from the music industry, tapping into their different creative abilities and skills and talents actually makes me a better person in my day job too. So more and more the world and even corporate is appreciating the fact that people are have multiple hats. So I'd say hone those other hats and be a more versatile person. That gives you more choices, you have more fun, and you get better at doing different things, you know. So, and keep making music.
Wow. Wow. Okay, Miss Debe, first and foremost, I would like to thank you for gracing my show for tonight, and it's an honor for me to have you. Hope to see you for any collaboration next year because my musical movie, will be possibly shown in Hong Kong. But of course, with the help of our mutual friend Anthony Villanueva, he's a
I'd
great
love that.
musician, great guy, great personality. Wow, he's a good friend of mine, and hope to see you soon. And this must I say, the people of the world must know your music, which you are starting right now in your end in the US, in here in the Philippines. Um, in Tagalog, we always say mabuhay. It means to say long live. Your music is very
Mabuhay.
commendable. Your heart is genuine. Your words of wisdom is so inspiring. So thank you so much, Miss Debbie,
Oh,
for gracing my show for tonight.
Marvin, thank you so much. It was just so easy to talk to you. You make your guests feel so at ease and you ask such astute and perceptive questions. It was just a joy to be on your show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much as well. I will after this I will add you in Facebook. I think I already searched you some way, so I
Let's do
please
that.
accept my request. And last say, please promote where they can find you, the people of the world, where they can find you, your music, your social media platform, that your account. Please feel free to promote them, my friend.
It's at Deborah Manis, DEBORAH MANNAS. So I'm on Instagram and I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook at Deborah Manis. I have a website also at deborahmanis.com. So it's reasonably easy to Google. That Spotify, TikTok, Apple, Amazon, Tidal, Deezer, everywhere. But
Wow.
the distributors, that name is just Deborah. So you might like Google Deborah Inspired. That was my first album, and then that would take you to Spotify or Apple or whatever.
Wow,
Thank you
amazing
so much.
artist, amazing music, amazing, Miss Deborah. And before we end, Lenvika Fulong from USA says, more power to you,
Yes,
lovely Deborah Manas, wishing you all the best. Wow. So again, Miss Debbie, I hope this isn't the last that you will be gracing my show for tonight. Hope to see you soon.
absolutely. Thank you, Marvin, and God bless you. God
God
bless you.
bless you.
Thank you to all your guests as well, and your audience. who've been lovely.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, guys, how was that? Very commendable artist, lovely music, amazing story. What can you ask for? Only from Deborah Manas, a singer-songwriter from Hong Kong. And of course, I've loved to play again her music video entitled Vulnerable from singer-songwriter Miss Debbie featuring Tony Villa. Here we go.
I know it's terrifying what this has led to. Emotions running wild, did not intend to, but we are drawn, moths to a flame. Can we survive if we walk away? I know how you feel, I know you're vulnerable, and I promise this, I'll hold your heart as precious. Know how you feel, I know you're vulnerable, you will be safe with me.
We're trying hard to act like it doesn't matter, holding our feelings back so our hearts won't shatter. We're playing it cool, like we don't feel, but we both know that this is real. I know how you feel, I know you're vulnerable, and I promise this, I'll hold your heart as precious. Know how you feel, I know you're vulnerable, you will be safe with me. From me, this tide is rising fast. Oh please, oh please be brave and let it take us, take us. I know how you feel, I know you're vulnerable, and I promise this, I'll hold your heart as precious. Know how you feel, I know you're vulnerable, you will be safe with me. I know how you feel, I know you're vulnerable, and I promise this, I'll hold your heart as precious. Know how you feel, I know you're vulnerable, you will be safe, with me.
That was our celebrity guest for tonight, Miss Debbie Mana from singer-songwriter from Hong Kong featuring Tony Villa. Wow, a good friend of mine from Hong Kong as well. So, to all the people of the world, thank you so much for watching over me. And I hope for the next episode again for our Marvin Velasquez Songlists Show, Season 2. So again, guys, please catch and watch our Pera Quarta Salapi musical movie, which will be shown in London, UK on February 25 and 26, Saturday, Sunday, respectively, 12 noon UK time, in March 4 and 5, Saturday, Sunday, respectively, 12 noon UK time at Phoenix Cinema. So please grab your ticket as early as now. And again, thank you so much, Miss Debbie Mana, for gracing my show for tonight, and to all the people around the world who commenting, shared, and like this show. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, guys. And this is your host, the Boston Nova Prince of the Philippines, Marvin Velasquez, saying, in all the stones being thrown to you, don't get hurt. Don't fight them back. Instead, collect the stones and build an empire. Good evening and happy weekend.
Dito sa mundo ay kumilos ka sa buhay mo. Biyahe dito at biyahe doon upang kumita ka sa takdang panahon. Kay bilis ng oras at araw, mismo tayo'y magsigalaw. Pera at kwartang kay hirap hanapin, laging ipunin, wag wawaldasin. Kung sa loterya ka papalarin, sa Las Vegas doon nakatingin, lumingon ka sa Monaco na rin, baka sa Macau ka sueswertihin. Pera, kwarta na, salapi, pera, kwarta na, salapi, pera, kwarta na, salapi, kay sarap nang may pera sa bulsa, lalo na pag nasa palad mo na. Pera, kwarta, salapi na. Dubidubiram, param. Kay bilis ng oras at araw, mismo tayo'y magsigalaw. Pera at kwartang kay hirap hanapin, laging ipunin, wag wawaldasin. Kung sa loterya ka papalarin, sa Las Vegas doon nakatingin, lumingon ka sa Monaco na rin, baka sa Macau ka sueswertihin. Pera, kwarta na, salapi, pera, kwarta na, salapi, pera, kwarta na, salapi, kay sarap nang may pera sa bulsa, lalo na pag nasa palad mo na. Pera, kwarta, salapi na. Kay sarap nang may pera sa bulsa, lalo na't pag nasa palad mo na. Pera, kwarta,